Man, it's so weird. Like, this is how weird it is to be in my brain. Like, this little, whatever this thing is new, different. You know, it's, as I've gotten older, I've gotten this, I don't know what it is. It's a cowlick or something, I don't know. But the thing that is weird is, so, you know, if you were to put my hair all, you know, in that swirl pattern, that I'm telling you, that everything in nature and everything that we are is in that swirl pattern. And I was thinking about, as people age and their hair changes, and so many of them start becoming more closer to like what they imagine God to be. So it is that that swirl kind of is moving up, like you're moving up. It's actually changing your she's having a fit today. And she got that treatment. I'm trying to really pay attention because it seems like she gets worse after. And I don't know. It's so the how this is dragging out with the healing machine things. You know, especially when you are actively going blind. And, you know, I get the whole thing about healing yourself and healing your eyes and all of this stuff. But that is one thing, when I go in and start focusing on that, that I get the message to focus on my inner vision. Don't focus on my outer vision. But losing your outer vision is so annoying, like so annoying. And not only do you already have the handicap of like your brain's slowly processing and can't remember and having to relearn things all the time, then to have added on top of that the eye thing, you know, it tells me so much more about this reality and how much of it is all inside of us, you know. So and this is another thing too that I wanted to say, is because the manifesting thing, you know, I think everybody sees it as so different. But I've seen it, you know, people are trying to learn about it now, like trying to understand it. Like, they don't realize that they've been doing it their whole lives. They've been manifesting. They've just been manifesting what they don't want instead of what they do want. And, you know, for whatever reasons, is it that they think they don't deserve it, or they're just misdirected, you know, and there's so much programming your whole life. It's easy as a conscious being to be very misdirected, especially with all the limitations that you have to discover yourself in this reality, right? So then, to me, how it works. Stella, I said come over here. If you want to come over here and lay by me, come over here and lay by me. I don't know what you're crying about. And the stuff that goes on with the dogs, man. They're always just gotta like, they're the biggest one-uppers. I swear to God. Okay, so anyways, the manifesting that has always worked for me is, you know, like I picture what I want. I've talked about this a bunch of different times, but I'm gonna do it again. So like, even for my fence, before I have my fence, anything that I want, I don't sit there and keep picturing it as what I don't want. I picture what I want there. And so I always picture it how I want it. Well, you have to picture how you want it is kind of a mix. Honey, I'm doing something. You see that? Why don't you come over here and lay down right here? Don't knock over my camera, please. Come over here. I know you're not happy. Do you want to go outside? Would that be good? That could be real good for us both. Okay, let me do this real quick. See if that worked. I don't know. Okay. Stop. One up in this. Come on. You're going to knock over my feet. Stop it. Go. Hurry up. Go. That was the battle of don't pass me. I'm telling you, they're the biggest one-uppers in the world. So anyways, so for me, how it works. So when I look at something, I don't look and see like what I don't want to see. Like, I don't sit there and like when I was doing my kitchen, right? I didn't know how I was going to pay for it or whatever. But you keep looking and looking, and maybe it's a blank slate at first. Maybe you're just looking at it, thinking, how do I want that to be? But for me, I can start playing pictures. I know everybody has the ability to have an imagination. I mean, I know mine was really good because, like I talked about before, when I was in school, I was in 2 places at one time. I wasn't in school, I was somewhere else. You know, and I would have been nice to have been in a world to learn more about that ability, but that wasn't the world. That wasn't that world for me, but it's going to be that world for our future generations. So it's really exciting because we're a part of that transformation. So, okay. So when I look at something like the kitchen, I keep seeing what I want it to be there. You know, at first it was just looking at it kind of like, you know, how do I want to do it? Like, it might have even just been pictures online when I first started doing it. But then I start seeing what I want. So I see it how I want it. The fence, I see it how I want it. The gate, see it how I want it. What kind of car? See what I want to have there. So I'm always looking at what I want. That's what I talk about too. It's like seeing into the future. So you're picking what your future is because you're seeing into it. So if you see it as nothing's going to go right, I never get what I want, that's what you're going to see, because that's what the direction you are putting yourself in. That you are doing that as your consciousness. You are making that choice to make that choice. I won't get it. I never get what I want, blah, blah, blah. I have to work hard for what I want, all that stuff. It's all indoctrinated programming. And this is a reprogramming. I'm a reprogrammer. So, you know, so when I'm looking out at something, then I'm always looking like, you know, what do I want it to look like? How do I want it to be? So you're just putting that out there. Not like, oh, I hate my house. Oh, I hate this. Oh, this is so horrible. I never have what I want. That's a totally different energy. It's just when you look around, don't see like, oh, I hate that thing. See what you want. See it how you want it to be. And it starts becoming that. It starts becoming what you want it to be. It just manifests itself. Like I've said before, like I have walked down the road and I kept picturing a dresser in that one room. I pictured exactly how I want the knobs, everything, walking down the road, and there it is, sitting out on the road. Yeah, I had to take it home. I had to sand it and clean it and paint it. But it is what I requested. So this is where I'm saying, like, manifesting. Like, some people think like, oh, well, you know, they're going to give me the money so I can go buy what I want. Or it works all different ways for, you know, how you do things. For me, like, I got these chairs. Let's see if I can turn this. See those 2 chairs? So they're these like old wood farm chairs. They're cool shit. And, you know, when I'm sitting here, when I'm facing that direction, I'm always looking and thinking like, oh, I would really like these chairs. Like I can picture them, the chairs, and just look over there. And every time I look over there, I see those chairs sitting there. I don't see an empty place. I see those chairs. I see what I want to be there. So then yesterday we went out to go shopping. And this is another thing too. So when you talk about manifestation, so one thing is like I'm watching a movie, right? And somebody will have something on. I'll be like, oh, I love that. Oh, that is so cute. And I'll put it out there. I'll put the message out there and say, oh, I love that. You know, keep that in the fucking, keep that on my wish list right there. Because I love that sweater, you know. And I'll put that love message, and I trust the universe. I'll just put it out there. Like, sometimes I'll love something so much I will look up, like, how much would this be? Like, could I find one like this, like, online? Like, how would I describe this, you know? So sometimes I'll do that, but I definitely will put it out there. And, you know, like, if I went and I saw it and it was like $20 and be like, oh, okay, well, I've got $20, so, you know, there you have it. But, you know, usually it's putting something out there and just letting them know that I love this, and, you know, put that on my wish list. So yesterday we went to go to the thrift store, and on the way there I was talking to the other side, the universe, whatever you want to, however you see it. Out of me, the consciousness that is around me, protecting me and giving me the life that I love. And so I had said, bring me something that I love. Just bring me something I love. And we pull up out front. Those 2 chairs are sitting there, $1 each, just sitting there like they're waiting for me. I was like, what? And then I went in, I got this sweater that I love. And I love cardigan kind of sweaters with pockets for winter, especially here because, you can wear a tank top and it goes cold, hot all the time with, it's all artificial heating. I don't know. So anyways, but this one, oh my gosh, in so many movies, I'm constantly, oh, I love that sweater. And I'll see it on all these different people and be like, oh man, I love that sweater. I love that sweater. And then there was one of those. That's not this one. This was just bonus. It's this different, like a Native American kind of Southwest print shawl, kind of long cardigan with big pockets. It's really cool. And I got a bunch of candles. I've gone through so many with no power. But anyways, so the things, like I'd said, I want to go get candles. That was my thing. I'm going to go get candles. You guys bring me something, surprise me. Like I like a surprise. I was very surprised to pull up out front, and I was there. But another thing too is, see, I acknowledge them. I acknowledge this communication. I acknowledge this relationship that I have with them. Like, I am completely aware that when I let them know what I want, they bring it. Even if it's not there, like, put it out, like, da, 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 oh, bring it right back. No, it doesn't have to go that way. When you start actively understanding you're manifesting all the time, you start to notice, like, oh, like that sweater, I'm going to say, I love that sweater for freaking a couple of years. And it could have been another time, that I had just overlooked one. There could have been one right before me, but I just overlooked it. I didn't see it because it was a weird thing that I had kept. I was actively going and looking for overalls at the thrift store. And I would keep telling them, I would keep showing them what I wanted them to be like. And I go out and I would look all the time. And, I wasn't finding them. And then one day I was looking for something different. And the lady next to me pulls up this pair of overalls to show her friend how cute they were. As soon as she set them down, I was like, oh my God, thank you. Like, sometimes they have to pull it right out in front of you and go, hey, it's right here, what you're looking for. So, it's really easy sometimes to not notice, but I always acknowledge them, like right then, I knew what they were doing, and I acknowledge that. I acknowledge this interaction with, all that is. So that to me is part of it. Part of it is the ability to know what you want, the ability to have patience, to know that you're interacting with a universe that is bringing you things at the right time, and it isn't just like at the right time. It is, it all is just woven in together, how things fit in. So, the person who's giving the dresser away at the same exact time for the person who wants a dresser exactly like that is going by that place in the interaction, the intersection of these things. That's more like the timing. So that's why you can't sit there and go like, oh, I didn't get it. It's been a week. I didn't get it. That's it. I don't even believe in this stuff. This is nonsense. Because people do that. It's like, that's why it's not working for you. It works real good for me. It works always for me. So yeah, I don't know. But to me, it has to do with gratitude. It's having to see what it is that you want. Don't look at things and see what you don't want. Don't spend time doing things you hate. I still am having a hard time wrapping my head around that one. So yeah, when you are focused on what you love and you're focused on gratitude, you're focused on your connection for all that is around you, and you love yourself, and you can have what you you deserve what it is you want, that you that can be a part of your reality. You know, so many people think that they can't have what they want because they don't deserve it. And that has to do with healing. Because once you heal that side of yourself that feels undeserving, then you open yourself up to just gifts, you know. But it's that you are blocking your own passageway to all that you want. So, you know, that is an aspect of it. That's why healing, I'm telling you, healing has to do with everything. Everything, you know, and the whole trickery too with the psychology of healing, because that keeps you trapped in this victim mentality, and this person does this. I mean, it goes all the way back to your mom. You know, the very first interaction you ever had was out to fuck you over. So, you know, when I say that is just, you're dealt a hand at the time you're young, and that is a hand that you yourself chose because those were the obstacles you wanted to overcome in this life. And those people who give you those obstacles are people who love you because they are there to give you, they're there to be the bad guys sometimes. So we all are playing this role for one another, which also makes me think about this. I saw this really cool thing this morning too. I was at TikTok, and it was it was a question posed to a sophisticated AI computer, whatever. What does love look like? And so I don't know, spent 9 hours or something going through all of this stuff. The only parts I'd seen, it was like trying to merge colors and design and stuff like that, which, you know, that is all of that stuff. But it kept trying to, you know, connect all of this stuff until pretty soon the whole thing was the connection. It was the connection is what creates the love. When we can connect and we can unify, when we can forgive and we can accept, then we are love. We are what we're wanting to experience. We have that inside of us. We create that. So I thought it was really cool, because that's what I was talking about, like with reincarnation and information, everything. It's going and getting a whole bunch, and then it layers. And just like what I was saying about timing, it's that intersection, it's the layers, it's everything put all together. Everything in life has something to do with like a spider web in the record, the movement. And you know, when I was trying to explain that yesterday, you know, and this is the thing too, is when I was watching that documentary, you know, and I'll be watching something like that, and then I'll turn it off for a while because I'll get bombarded in my mind with them showing me things. And it's like, it's a lot. So I have to turn it off. So I'll go in sections, right? And so when I watch that part, they'll give me the whole, like I've talked about this before, and I don't know really how to explain it, but they'll give me the whole design. Like they'll show me everything in my head. And so that's why I talk about, like, when I know something, like these people are like, oh, don't give your opinion. I'm not sharing my own insights. I'm sharing my own communication, you know. Yeah, it's my opinion. It's how I see the world, whatever. My perspective, my perception of all that is and stuff. Like, people want to get so weird about this stuff. So, anyways, they'll show me all of this stuff. So like I have an inner knowing of the information, like it's mapped out in my head, and so I'll have an inner understanding. It is an inner understanding. Sometimes they'll give me words, I'm like, what? But it is an inner understanding, and it is you know, it's a completion. Like it makes sense to me. Like I'll see it, but then, like I said before, that doesn't mean I'll go watch something and one time and I'll be like, oh, that's the truth. No, it comes in layers. They bring stuff and it layers on top of itself, and they'll show me more expansive things. So yesterday they had showed me this thing, and then I went in and was watching some more today, and it was explaining what I was trying to explain yesterday. So then it was like, oh, so they always do that. They'll always, I have said that before, they'll give me confirmation, like they'll explain something to, or they'll show me something. Then they will show it to me in my head, and then they'll bring me confirmation. Because sometimes I'll talk about stuff and it's just, you know, blindly, you know, talking about it. So it's, you know, but it makes sense to me. because they've shown it to me. So I understand it. You know, I wouldn't be talking about something that doesn't make sense to me. I may not be able to explain all this stuff, but I definitely, you know, I wouldn't say something that I don't feel I understand and hear. And like I said before, all of our understanding is based on our knowledge at the time, is our understanding is to where, you know, it can be. Like, you can't understand a concept that you're not ready to understand. So you only have an understanding to a certain point. So your understanding should constantly be in movement too, right? It should be a fluid kind of situation, getting ever changing. So, you know, we don't want to just be locked into, well, this is my beliefs, this is it. There's no other beliefs out there. I'll never change. This is all I'll believe forever. You know, that's not, you know, you have to be open. That's a part about being not narrow-minded, being open-minded, being open to new information, to see that things may not be as you first considered them. So I think it's an important way to live life. But, you know, at this time, everything I say is to my understanding of the current information that has boggled my mind. So, you know, I just think that there's so much more, and it makes so much more sense to me now about the North and the South Pole and the whole thing, and the record and the different, you know, all the songs are there. It just depends on which one you're tuned into. And all of it is all around us. And we're not on the outside of the globe. We are in a created bubble that they call the globe. And all realities are all surrounding us, all around us. Like, and the how it's all this circular pattern, and that is the movement. I think that we can look up and see the solar system is that circular pattern. It's the pattern in all of nature. It's the pattern in our fucking how our hair grows. It's like, it's totally nuts. Like, but you know, when they keep telling you that you're, you know, just a fluke here on this planet, you're really too much. This planet can't handle you. If you give us our money and give us the money, work hard, give us money, we're going to shoot chemicals out into the world so that you have a job. It's like, everything is so backward. When you start really paying attention, it's like, you know, how many farmers, you know, got fucked over by them? How many, you know, decided to get rich and sold their land off and became a part of it? Like, they didn't just, the aristocrats didn't just do this to us. We all participated. We all allowed things into our reality that we weren't comfortable with. We thought we had to be accepted, to be a part of this world, you know. And the more that we can pull free from it. I saw a guy, another TikTok today. It was a guy, and he was saying, in 2006, I think he went on some trip. I don't know. Was that mushrooms, acid? I don't know what. Some other ayahuasca. I don't know, but some kind of thing in 2006, and he still hasn't come back, and he feels weird or something. And it's like, yeah, but maybe that is because you opened up to your true self. Why would you want to come back and try and fit in and be normal? Like, what is normal? Normal is a creation that they try to give us the guidelines to live by, the restrictions, and, you know, to be acceptable in the world they were creating about control and enslavement. So normal is the last thing I think you want to be. I think you want to be your true self, your authentic self, and love, you know, and the more you show yourself and to others, the more that you get that opportunity to get that reflection back of yourself at a pure level. And if you're an accepting of yourself, then seeing yourself won't hurt. You're just like, oh, do I like that? I don't know. Maybe I'm going to change that. You know, at first, when you go through the healing and the dark night and stuff like that, and you're bombarded with these areas of yourself that you feel like that you don't like, the weak parts, the sneaky parts, the manipulative parts, you know, the parts that you think are only in other people. When you face those parts, then, you know, it can be super, super painful. And the more that you really start, you know, working through it, like I said, don't get stuck. Work through it. and you begin to accept yourself, you begin to love yourself, and it leads to acceptance of others, to love to others, to be more free in, you know, you don't need other people to accept you as long as you accept yourself. And that's very freeing. So it gets you into that place like, okay, well, you know, maybe they don't like me. Maybe I am a lot like that to them. Maybe I'm a lot like this to this person. But who do you want to be? It's getting down to your own true self. And then when you get to that acceptance of others and stuff like that, then when somebody thinks you're a certain way, then it's just like, oh, noted. You know, it's not like it's the end of the world. Oh, they don't like me. Oh, is there, you know, are they an asshole? Am I something wrong with me? No. We want to get out of that programming and get into the programming of, you know, it's about vibrations, about being on the same wavelength. Some of us get each other and some of us don't. But we don't, doesn't mean anybody's right or wrong. It just means, you know, who you jive with, who you get, and who gets you. You know, it's about empowering yourself to find those people and to spend time with those people and to, you know, love yourself and know what you deserve. And that's what all the stuff with manifesting is about. And the thing, you know, people are all, you know, jacked up about is like, oh, I'm going to manifest $1 million. I'm going to just, it's all about money, 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 money. Work on manifesting having security, having all that you need, having the food that you need for your family, having the warmth you need. Manifest the things that are important. And we're learning as a collective what money really is about. And it's about control and greed and stuff like that. So we're in this learning process about it because we're moving into a period of time that's going to be about abundance and love and peace in the age of Aquarius. But we have to learn what, you know, the evils behind it. Because when we move into abundance, you got to have your priorities right. You got to know, you know, driving around a Bentley and having fake boobs or a fake butt or whatever that is, that's not winning. Having an open spirit, being connected, enjoying your life, learning your lessons, that is our goals. That's what we want. We want to know about peace and unity and love and understanding and, you know, going out and exploring this world and learning more about ourselves in the process. That's what this life is about. So have a great day and I'll talk to you later. Bye.